Something out of nothing, the culture grew from breaks. B-boys with fat laces helping DJs carry crates. 12 inches with the name covered up, 45 black with tape. Needle dropping on the get down part on the one, never late. Moonwalk look like skates, time is infinite like the 8. Build to destroy the devil's world, God body at the gate. In God we trust, the dollars we lust, catching crumbs off the cake. Now we bop to a beat on walls of concrete in Northern State. It was 88, we was victims of a scheme. It was all just a dream, but now my homie is a fiend. We live for the culture, but we kill for the cream. Trying to make the street light up, stay on your toes, Billie Jean.
How can you justify what you've taken culturally? You love to lie, to hide the truth. Do you really think you're me? Think you're me? Think you're me? Think you're me?
It's like hip to the hibbit, flow liquid like exhibit. It'll create the culture with every breath as I live it. They try to prohibit, but I'm the master to pivot. No gimmicks on point like a digit. I'm like Malcolm, ready to rock it. Get your hand out my pocket. Everybody the gatekeeper, but y'all forgot to lock it. Swear by culture freedom, I got more vice than subs and Crockett. Now my boy Elroy, out to space like space's rockets. Truth be told, we was crushed from the cold. Niggas getting high off the dust from Sugar Hill. Now the truth gets sold with strippers on the pole. The light, just for rappers for the thrill. Get the rush from off one pill with flashes on the wheels. Singing white lines with my brothers and folding bills. Slinging white dimes when Uncle Joe wrote that bill. Around 94, fucking around with Hillary and Bill.
How can you justify what you've taken culturally? You love to lie, to hide the truth. Do you really think you're me? Think you're me? Think you're me? Think you're me?
It was go and tell. Now y'all go and tell. Hop on the gram, look, show and tell. No ethics and no codes, just cut the pie a la mode. Spinning red whites now light the block like a strobe. Behold, the pale horse that he rode. Here to bring death with guns to unload. Conspiracy to conspire, there's a theory on the wire. When Cohen is a priest whose doctrine is the liar. Here to rob the hood, I keep it tucked like the friar. Grew into a man following rappers I admire. No more b-boys in the cypher, no more DJs catching breaks. And everybody in the trap with 45s wrapped in D. The culture has been raped, pimped out, and straight flooded. Just like the Bronx in the 70s, everything gutted. Trusted, rusted, busted and disgusted. We should've shut it down when Chuck said not to trust it.
How can you justify what you've taken culturally? You love to lie, to hide the truth. Do you really think you're me? Think you're me? Think you're me? Think you're, oh yeah. Think that you can do what I think that you can do what I do. You think that you can do what I do. You think that you can do what I do. Tell me, do you think you're me? Tell me, do you think you're me? You know you ain't me.
That was Stolen Art by Hakim Green featuring Carl Thomas, produced by Ron Lawrence, video by Turtle Gang. What's up,
yes, sir? What's going on, my brother? Yeah, man, I love that record so much, man.
Good looking, good looking. Yeah, man, you know, you got to give them that, you got to remind them that hip hop is culture and that it has its origins in Black and brown communities. We are the originators, the fathers and mother of hip hop culture. We don't want to lose our creations. So we got to remind people that's right. The fact of the matter, you know what I mean? What up, Coach E?
True indeed. What's going on, fellas?
Peace, Coach. What up?
All is well. All is well.
I may lose y'all for a bit because I am driving right now, but wanted to just hop on real quick and shout out to Giants.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind starting there for a change.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But before we hop into the NFL, I was hoping we talk about the WNBA.
Nafisa Collier is the truth.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
I need to lock in more often. To be honest with you, I haven't been. I got so much going on. I haven't been able to really, really tap in. I know we're in the middle of the playoff season with the WNBA.
Yeah, I took a lull when my Liberty got bounced, but yeah, it's still a lot.
I think it's a game 5 tonight in Indiana without Caitlin Clark. Game 5 semis, which I think says a lot.
Yeah.
But to me, the highlight for me today is Nafisa Collier coming out and speaking on the leadership of the WNBA and how they're being treated, how they're ineffective, how great the league is, but they're being sold down the river.
Man, I agree, and it's so telling that up until now I had no reason to think that the commissioner of the WNBA had those statements or had those thoughts or was positioning like that. It always has been framed as a kind of like a the greater league in the NBA against us, this little engine that could. But now that Nafisa very bravely, in my opinion, is putting all the cards on the table and letting the media and the public pick apart what these statements are for themselves, man, it's like, well, what is really going on here?
Right.
Yeah.
I remember, it was a while ago. We were talking about, the league and how they kept saying, the league is losing all this money. And we're like, yo, that may be so, but the math just ain't mathing, And now it's starting to come out. Like, this is really about enriching the owners, degrading the players, letting them get their money elsewhere, and treating them like really second-class citizens in a way. But it's sad. It's sad because the league is growing. The desire for the league is growing. And you don't expect the owners to do certain things, but not the league commission.
Hold on one second, guys. You okay? We get some echo on your side. Oh, and by the way, we're talking WNBA. Oh, I guess he'll come back in. This is a capitalist society that we live in, gentlemen. We all know that. And we all know, bottom line, it's about filling the pockets of the quote-unquote ownership.
For sure.
Hold on one second. We bring K back in. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Much better. Thank you, K. What up, brother?
What up, guys?
What up, K? What up?
Hey, what's up, K?
We're talking WNBA. We're talking Nafisa Collier calling out the ownership, the league, the statements by who was it exactly that made those foul statements, Kai?
The commissioner. What's his last name? Eaglebert or
Eagleson? What is it? Kathy Eagle, whatever her name is. Yeah, the Eaglebert lady. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was just.
She went off. She went off on her, yo.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. It was beautiful to see, but it's about affecting the bottom line. So I've always maintained, just like the NBA, just like the NFL, meager that effort was relative to the NBA, just like Major League Baseball and free agency, flood back in the 70s, kind of standing up for Major League Baseball, actually taking the short but establishing the precedent
which then broke up the control that MLB had on the players' contracts. And it takes somebody taking the fall, standing up for themselves, and in effect affecting the bottom line of ownership. Striking, stepping away, letting them feel the pain of not having that return on investment, and then that's how you get ownership back to the table.
Right.
That's how you prove your value and prove your worth. And I say that not to diminish what the women are saying, but it's like, because there are these other opportunities, maybe the stars especially need to go, you know what, we're going to go to Europe, we're going to go to Unrivaled, we're going to go to the Big Three, we're going to
Yo, that'd be crazy though, because it almost feels like that's what's next. They're gonna just be like, we're gonna play Unrivaled and we're gonna leave y'all alone. Like, because that's crazy. Because the thing is that's dope about it is that Nafisha Kala came out and said it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like she's a bench player or some scrub, they're saying it. You know what I'm saying? And so when you talk about even like she's not gonna take a fall because she's a star. So it's like, yo, listen, like what they're gonna listen to her. Now they might not, be whatever, but she's getting the point across more than what needs to be, brought to the table. And people are gonna listen, and people are already listening.
And if I'm not mistaken, Kay, isn't Nafisa one of the I don't want to say owners, but she was one of the owners of Unrivaled. So they just got a $2.1 billion valuation after going into the second season. So like, come on, she's not coming to the table at hand. She got a league that's that's worth something. Right.
Yeah, and that's what's coming too. Like, they gonna say, you know what, forget y'all, we got our own league, yo.
Mm-hmm. And not only that, I could see them, because remember, we're in the playoffs for them. We're right at the cusp of the championship.
Yeah,
I could see them saying, you know what, we're not even gonna play it.
Right.
Because they got a different mindset than I think in these other players in other leagues, like you said, with the whole Unrivaled situation.
Yeah. And Turner is clamoring for content. They lost the NBA, so if they say, "Yo, we'll support this. We'll make sure we clear the path for programming. Let's do it." They got the money.
Yeah, man.
Got the audience.
Man, Unrivaled was on TV last year. Like, I don't know, I forgot, because I saw it a lot, so I forgot what channels it was on, but it was on a lot.
Yeah, it's Turner. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes you got to step backwards to go forward. You got to take a step back to go 2 steps forward. And maybe that's what the ladies need to do is, step back, reassess options, and go different places. There's, more options now in professional women's sports than it was 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Man, and that thing, man, like honestly, man, I mean, let's be real, man. When it comes to I'm not even gonna say politics, but when it comes to speaking up and trying to do what's right, like men, like let's just be real, men tend to roll with the flow and group up and be hey, and the women be like, yo, forget that, yo.
Yes.
And that's the thing, man. Women are quick to and that's why we need more women in politics and all this stuff that's going on, man. For real, man. Because women are different from men, man. They're not gonna group up. They don't care about being with the homies. They gonna do what's right. Bottom line, yo.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you know what?
It depends on the circumstance, because
like I'm talking about overall, for real, yo.
Greed and selfishness, goes across gender. So I don't,
I think the difference is because men are always looking at it from the standpoint they got to be the providers, so they don't necessarily want to give up the paycheck.
Exactly. Yeah.
Women are like, you know what? Hey, we came from nothing. We ain't had nothing. So, we go back to that and make it happen.
Yeah, man.
And what's interesting about this situation is, how did the WNBA let them even get Unrivaled off?
Right.
That's the
Yeah.
part.
Because
I'm really not.
somebody was sitting there thinking that's gonna fail. That's why.
Yeah,
Yeah, they didn't think it would move the needle exactly.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
They they really let them get another league off in the U.S. during the off season, owned by the players.
Which is crazy.
And they are still doing everything they can to railroad Ice Cube. That's just trying to do something in the summer with retired players. It's crazy.
Right, right.
Yeah. And his joint is
So
just
this,
growing and growing and growing.
yep, this
Yep.
this is interesting how this is playing out.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's other investors, international investors, who are getting involved in American sports. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
i.e. the boxing, the brother who put up the money for
Is it Riyadh? No,
the
not Riyadh. That's the
Canelo,
comedy thing.
the Canelo, Bud
Yeah,
Crawford.
they're talking about the
Yeah,
Saudis, yeah.
Saudi
Yes, yeah,
Arabian
yeah.
prince.
You got,
Yeah.
They just bought something else I just saw.
you know,
Oh,
well, the whole,
they're putting on a comedy festival
Yes, the comedy
and
festival. Yep.
Abu Dhabi, and like this from the
Nah,
lineup I heard.
they just bought something else I just saw. I'm not sure if it was totally real, but I just saw something else and I was like, what? I don't know if it was an app or if it was something, but
Yeah, I
they
think I
just
think
bought,
they. I don't know if it was a team or a league or something. They did invest in something else.
they
Um,
just got something else. I
they put
just seen
a
it like
lot of money
a
up.
day, like 2 days ago.
yo, big shout out to Alizé. He's on IG. What up, brother? I see
Peace.
you. The real finesse Dutch. Peace,
They
peace,
spending a
peace.
lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they got a lot of money
Golf.
to spend, that's for sure. The money is long. We come this Arab money, Saudis, woo, Qatar, Arab
Yeah.
Emirate,
Yeah.
Yep.
and they're not afraid to.
WWE.
Yeah.
Is WWE? I know Shad Khan, but is he American or is he Saudi? I think he's
Shah
Saudi.
Khan is, I thought he was like Pakistani or something like that.
Oh, okay. My mistake.
I'm not, don't quote me. Y'all guys might want to do your own Googles on that one.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's
Yeah. Hey,
Arab.
Hawk, Google and see if they just bought something else new, man. Because I saw it. I don't know how real it is, but I saw them just acquire something, and I was like, whoa.
Saudis.
Yeah. They doing a lot right now. A lot.
Saudi Arabia is reportedly buying Electronic Arts (EA), a parent company,
EA
Oh,
Sports.
EA
That's
Sports.
what it was.
That's what it
EA
was.
Sports.
Yes.
through a
Yep.
$55
That's what it
billion
was.
leverage
Yes.
buyout by the Saudi Public Investment Fund and Jared
Yeah.
Kushner's private Affinity Partners. Additionally, Saudi Arabia is party to the largest U.S. defense sales agreement in history, a $142 billion deal for warfighting equipment, and is implementing reforms to allow foreigners to buy property from 2026.
That's what it was. EA Sports. That's what it was.
EA Sports.
55
Yep.
billion.
Yep.
Come on, man. Come on, bro. 55 billion with a B, fellas.
For NBA 2K and
For
Madden.
video games.
For
Ain't
video
that-
games. Yeah.
Well, that's how powerful, just
Crazy.
on the side, how powerful video games are in terms of programming and keeping people
Yes.
captivated, and a necessity
Yes.
to keep people captivated and distracted. No disrespect to the Saudis, respectfully, very powerful. It's very, 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 very powerful. So I don't want to say too much, but it's a different world we live in. It's a new world order, a brave new world, all that shit. You got the Saudis really shaking up the sports world in America. That's crazy. You got
That's what I'm saying. So you got them in boxing, you got them in golf. Now they playing they own the video games basically. So it's like they
And they already own a couple of they own a couple soccer teams over there in Europe.
Right. Right.
They taking over slowly but surely.
Yeah, man. Especially in the sports side.
It's only a matter of time.
How
Hey, you know
So
involved?
what
what?
stops them? What stops them from
I'll
popping
bet
in?
anybody.
What stops them, coach, from popping up and getting behind a rival?
They gonna buy the Vegas team.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this: how involved um, are the Saudis
Oh, I
in
think I
the
lost you.
deal with LeBron James, the international play that they're doing with the trying to do this new international league that's going to be co-ed league?
Right.
What's the
Oh,
investment portfolio
They might be. I
in
know.
that
I
one?
know.
I would imagine they behind
This
that.
Joker is involved. Yeah.
Yeah,
You talking about the thing that LeBron and Rich Paul and them are putting together, raising the money for?
yeah. I think they got
Yeah.
$5 billion on the table so far. Now, just think of this: LeBron James and that investment group have scrambled together $5 billion. One Saudi entity dropped $55 billion on EA Sports.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
That's just crazy.
It's not the same.
And so I saw
Hey
some
man, like it's crazy. Just real quick though, like how it is, man. Especially with that oil, man, and the different man. We were on a USO tour before, and we were in Bahrain. I get they call it Bahrain or
Mhm.
whatever, but you know. So we were over in Bahrain and with the U.S. Army, and nobody works over there. They all live off.
Really?
No, I'm dead serious.
Yeah,
Like
they live. They
all
live off their.
they live off the oil. Like
Yeah.
everybody
Off
has
the
a stipend.
residuals.
Yes, yes. Everybody has a stipend. They get paid. Like it is
Man.
basically illegal to do it. They don't work. They all live off their own oil and all of that over there. And all of their workers are imports from other places from all around it.
Right.
Nobody that's from there works.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, I just looked maybe 2 months ago. That's the highest form of currency in the world. Is the I think it's called, I forgot what it's called, not a dollar, but whatever. But the Bahrainian money is
Yeah,
the most, the
viable
highest
currency in
value
the
in the
world.
world. Yep. And I think
yeah.
Kuwait is number two.
Crazy. And just riding out from out there out to the bases and all that, all you see is oil fields, yo.
Wow. That's
It's
Like
crazy.
just since you raised that point, Kay, in terms of international dynamics and the structure of the world and how we think of the United States, how we think of the Western world, um, and we look at these quote unquote Middle Eastern countries as third world countries. I hear that an African king has surpassed Elon Musk as the richest man in the world. Like it's like internationally, I don't know how, what, where, why, but Americans are very brainwashed. We're programmed to think a certain way. We the
Mm-hmm.
best. We the best. When in a lot of ways we are far from the best as a
Yeah.
nation.
And when
We
you always hear them always with it, it's America, the richest country in the world and all that. You just be sitting back like, really?
right. And then the African American community, quote unquote, black community, Negroes, colors, Moors, whatever we calling ourselves this year. Um, we think how influential we are as a collective and in our inability to leverage our influence to demand value in the way that these other places demand value. Oil is an extremely valuable commodity, no
Mm-hmm.
doubt it is, but so is the flavor that black people put on shit.
Mm-hmm.
When we
Yeah.
make everything a go, like when we say it's a go, nigga, it's a go.
Yep.
Everybody locks in. And
yeah.
us understanding our true value, then organizing around it to be able to leverage our value, back to the women's game, just make it connect. Women understanding the value in their play, their athleticism, their notoriety, their popularity, and being able to, for lack of a better word, trump the bullshit that the WNBA owners, NBA owners, the league is on, to get what they deserve. And
Yeah.
organization is key. Stick to it if this is key. Standing up for something. Once again, big shout out to Nafisa Collier for standing up for something. But them supporting each other. So I wish them the absolute best, and I'm hoping that they get what they deserve, whatever that is.
And they're on one accord too, man. Because remember during the
Yes, they're
All-Star
all
break,
together.
on
Yep.
All-Star break, they had those T-shirts on saying "Pay us what we deserve" or "Pay us what you owe us" or something like that.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yo, big shout out to
They're
Go
definitely
James
together.
Kingdom. Big shout out to Go James Kingdom. He just hopped in the building. We're gonna line him up for a show when basketball season starts, which is
Okay.
very NBA season, very, very soon.
I'm sure you do with that name, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, I put the link in the text chat, K. I'm telling you, when the brother was on the show, it was humble pie. You know, in the text chat, Coach be beating his chest. He got a lot to say. He going. But that particular show,
K.
he was in agreement more than I expected.
K.
Who Go James Kingdom?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my God.
you said Coach was?
Yo, yeah.
Okay.
Coach James, he
My-
came with receipts, and Jokers was, well, you know, I ain't taking nothing away from LeBron. Nah, you know, LeBron is always, I mean, it was a very
Nah, I ain't going for that. I think that's one of the days Coach had a cigar. Coach had a cigar that day. He was just chilling.
No, he didn't.
Absolutely, K. Absolutely. I had my stick. I'm smoking my stick, and I'm like, yo, I'm not arguing with fools on this wonderful platform.
Yo,
no need.
Johnny, you heard that, right? He called us fools because we know that Go James is the best to ever do it. He called us fools. You see that, right?
Oh my God.
I'm telling you. Yo, K, I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna resend you a real short clip. And you're gonna be like, wow, that's different. But if you watch the whole show,
I was in straight agreement. You right. He the best. Yup. You right.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah.
He the best. He got all the records. He got them all. You know. He's
now he don't got them all. Nobody has them all.
Well, he got most of them. He is the stat.
No, he doesn't have most of them. No, he don't. I'm not gonna say he got most of them.
He the stat goat. He the stat goat, man.
No, I mean, we not going. Yo, listen, we again.
Highly skilled.
We off course right now.
IQ.
We off course, K. We off course.
He the highest of the high.
Right now, we're supposed to be talking about the WNBA, and I really want to talk about what's going on in the WNBA playoff season right now.
Hey, Go James Kingdom. You see what you did, man?
Yo, real quick though, I gotta say, not to change the subject as I change the subject, but yo, just a shout out to the GOAT as far as I'm concerned in college right now, which is Juju. She's gonna miss the entire season.
Yeah. That was disappointing, man, to see in here, yo.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But you know
ACL.
what though? Yeah, I know it's crazy. It's crazy, but that gives her enough time to get it together, get back healthy. You know, when she does get back to the game, perhaps the WNBA could figure they bullshit out. So when she does, when she gets her just deserves. Yeah, she gets her just deserves. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you too, and I'm not mad at her, but you know, and this is a fortunate scenario too. The fact that we have NIL now and there's so much money that they can make now, it allows her to not have to rush back out there.
Yeah,
but she's getting all her money off the court regardless. So whether she plays or not, she's still gonna get her money. So she's like, I might as well just wait and get myself fully together, and I ain't got to rush out there, you know, because I'm still getting my money and I'm cool.
Yeah, true, absolutely. There was a clip that went viral with Caitlin Clark and the other player from the Fever who was.
I know you're talking about Sophie Cunningham. I can't stand.
Yeah, and the disrespect that they gave to the coach, who's actually a legend in her own right on the WNBA level. It's just the level of disrespect, publicly disrespect, was so uncalled for, and I can't believe that we witnessed that. And there's such a lack of maturity from Caitlin Clark and the other player, Cunningham. You know, the way they waved her off and kind of shut her down. I didn't like that, and I wanted to get you guys' feedback as to that whole activity. What do you guys think?
I feel the same way, man. I think it was I didn't look at it fully in context, to be honest with you. Besides that clip, but it looked like they wanted to review a play or something like that. They would say what they were it looked like Caitlin was signaling for them to review a play that just went down, and I guess the coach was telling them whatever they were telling them. For one, probably because Caitlin has street clothes on. So for one, I would only assume she's telling her not to get on the court. You know what I'm saying? But I think it was disrespectful, man. Like the whole man. It's not even what they did; it's the way, the optic, and the way it looked of them shooting her away. That made my skin crawl, bro.
What do you think, Kay? You gonna stay away from that one?
They've been doing it all season.
Mm-hmm.
They've been doing like Caitlin Clark ever since she's been out. Like look at her antics and all that on sideline, yo. And then now her homegirl Sophie Cunningham standing next to her with the Daisy Dukes on. They both out there just wilding, yo.
Yeah,
I don't like Sophie Cunningham. That's the bottom line. I don't like her, yo. Her antics and her talking that it's too many clips and too many things I done seen with her talking sideways. I don't like her, yo.
Yeah, but it's like the disrespect toward the coach publicly. That just was so bad. It was so bad, and you just expect more from professionals. You know, I'm trying to pull it up.
Well, when you spoil and you think that that you can do this and get away with it, and you're bigger than a team, an organization, or whatever, then there you have it.
Yep. And that's basically what the talking heads and the pundits have been telling Caitlin Clark before she even came in the league, that she's bigger than the league.
Yeah. And that's so unfortunate. Hold on, I want to play this. Spin this back.
I saw it.
The team score.
Bigger.
The team score.
Yeah, it should be bigger. I don't know that. There we go.
Number 1, Fever Jesse Show.
I don't like that at all. It's like, you're doing something, you're in the wrong, you're putting your team in jeopardy to possibly get a penalty, and your coach comes over to kind of coach you, and you shove her away. That's just so bad. It's so rude. But it's kind of like me.
Even the girl that y'all aware, that girl that got hoops for hotties or whatever. I don't know her name or whatever, but she talks about all the sports as the girl. But she same with her. She's just like, yo, I can't. She's like, the fever irks me. She's just like, And
it looks like they've been doing much better with Caitlin Clark away.
Yeah,
they're saying there's 2 other players, I guess, that the offense should be running through. That they're saying that Caitlin Clark isn't the best player on the team.
No, Kelsey Mitchell is.
Wow.
I mean, Caitlin Clark's good. She can shoot, but Kelsey Mitchell's the better all-around player.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And then right now, like, you get a chance to really see Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston work together. But then at the same time, too, you get to see, them spread the floor, and Lexi Hall can play a little more and do a little more. Because when she's out there, I'm not going to say Caitlin Clark's not good, because she is good. She can shoot her behind off, and she's a good passer, too. She can pass the ball. It's just that she's ball dominant. So when you ball dominant like that, like, a lot of people don't get the ball. Like Kelsey Mitchell would not be, because it was a point where sometime I was watching them when Caitlin Clark was playing. I was just like, okay, there go Kelsey Mitchell. I was thinking, like, with that, is she in the game?
Yeah. And you got the let me see, the Phoenix Mercury in waiting for the winner of the Aces versus the Fever.
They play tonight, 9:30.
Wow, and they're tied 2-2.
Yeah.
And the final would be the winner of that versus the Phoenix Mercury.
Yeah.
Who you guys got? Who you guys expecting? What's the prediction?
What, tonight?
Well, tonight, and then who do you expect to win the championship?
I mean, that's a toss-up. I think the Aces are going to win tonight, but then I think that's a toss-up. I actually think Phoenix might win this because the continuity and the way that they play, you know, it'll be a good one, but I think Phoenix will win. I do think that.
I agree. I was really locked into Phoenix watching them when they knocked out the Liberty in that series, and I mean they have everything clicking right now, and if that continues throughout the rest of this stretch, I can't see them being beaten.
Yeah. Yo, Angela Thomas is tough, yo.
Okay. All right. So in basketball, in NBA news, before we get to the NBA,
I'll be right back. I'm about to just jump in the car. I'll be right back.
All right. In NBA news, okay. No, excuse me, not NBA news.
NFL.
In professional golf news, I don't know if you caught this past weekend. There was a golf tournament in Long Island with Rory McIlroy, and there was a big brouhaha with some.
Nah, I'm not really into golf like that. Nah.
Yeah, well, just to give you the backstory, you had the Europeans over here competing against the professional American golfers, while Rory, who's one of the best, if not the best in the world, they were heckling him like really, really bad. They called him all types of names, and when he was going to drive the ball, golf is about civility, it's about respect. When players are looking to shoot, or not shoot, but drive or putt or whatever you call it, it's quiet, concentration. We need everything. Shh. And he's at the tee. Motherfucker's like, "Fuck you!" And he's just going off, So
I never understood. That's part of why I don't like it either. I never understood that. Like, it's like, what is beyond that? Like, I mean, what's behind that?
What do you mean?
Like, what is it like? They have to concentrate just to hit the ball. Like every other sport, the crowd is going crazy. There's all kinds of noise and everything, but y'all want to get out here, be all uppity, like and shishing people, and you need to hear a pin drop for you to hit the ball.
Right. Well, hold on. I'm gonna pull this up. Well, it's like concentration is everything with golf. And I wish Wes was on because he's a golfer. Cliff is a golfer.
But I mean, concentration is everything with every sport. You're not concentrating. Yes. You're not concentrating on the rim when you're shooting the ball.
Well, absolutely.
What's that? I mean, I'm saying concentration is everything. You're not concentrating on trying to get that punt when they punt that ball, there's 70 yards in the air and it's coming down at you and it's raining.
When you're trying to hit a free throw in the NBA and you got jokers
exactly, man. Like, come on, man.
Well, it's just crazy. It's traditionally golf has been about that. So
I know.
Right. So, the jokers was acting the fool, very Trumpish in their exuberance.
Mm-hmm.
And then he snapped. Like he turned around and said, "Shut the fuck up." He had the club in his hand, like, "Shut the fuck up."
Wow.
Right. And this is like out of character for Rory McIlroy or any golfer, really, because golfers really don't break character. They, very focused, So the brouhaha kind of started to raise, and Jokers was heckling even more. And then somebody threw a bottle at his wife and hit her in the head.
Wow.
Yeah. Hit her in the head with a bottle. So it was so bad that Tiger even came out and criticized the crowd, criticized the audience, and said it was very disrespectful. It was very unruly. It made America look bad. Rory McIlroy said he'll never play another tournament in the United States. Like it was a bad look.
So let me just like, I don't know if it really has too much to do with each other and to switch gears, but Don't we have a president right now that's just urging this type of behavior, just pushing this type of behavior, who represents this type of behavior? And then when you have this, and then he says, I'm not coming back to America again, that's the bigger picture of it too. Because he's like, oh, this is what y'all are about. Look at that guy, look at y'all.
Yep. And it's, Tiger Woods campaigned, endorsed, he's Team Trump all day. And Team Trump, or what Trump represents, is totally what that crowd was on. It was really a reflection, of Donald Trump.
Right.
So it was weird that, what do you expect?
Exactly.
What do you expect? Hold on, I'm gonna play this right fast. Let me make sure this is up. Okay.
What was his wife doing down there though? Like
This
is
is
that
right. I mean, that's not bad, wrong button. That's not out of pocket having your entourage around you, having your and then with the crowd kind of acting the fool. He probably wanted to bring his wife close to him, make sure.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she, so you have your family members there, Tiger Woods,
Yeah.
like that's not out of the ordinary. And golf matches, tournaments aren't usually that raucous. So,
when you have a guy, who's supposed to be the leader out here urging and promoting and basically representing that, then that's what you have, yo. It just looks bad.
Yeah, Kai. Yeah, we were just discussing the Rory McIlroy controversy over the weekend. I shouldn't even say it's his controversy, but at the Ryder Cup in Long Island, the crowd was kind of acting up, a little out of control, a little uncivilized, was barking at him when he was trying to.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
For some reason, I can't. Let me go back and come back in.
Yeah, we hear you.
I can't hear you guys.
But that's crazy, yo.
Yeah,
that's wild.
They tossed the bottle at her, which is they didn't like launch it and try to hurt her per se, but you shouldn't be throwing anything at anybody, and that's an assault. So whoever did it should be identified and arrested for assault.
Yeah,
I bet you that didn't happen.
Doubt it.
I bet you if it was a brother.
Like, like, man, this is not a political show though, man, because politics, man, it stuff irks me right now.
Yeah, but you are right. It's a sports show, so we want to keep it sports. But I will say, I learned a long time ago that everything is political.
Yeah. No, I get it. No, trust me. Definitely. Absolutely.
Even not being political
is political. It is. Absolutely.
Yeah. Kai, what you think about what happened over the weekend with Rory McIlroy, his wife, getting a bottle?
Oh my God. The Ryder Cup?
Yeah, the Ryder Cup. And I'm going to pop out for 1 second. I'll be right back. Just keep the conversation going. Oops.
I mean, from the small tidbit of details that I did see, it sounds to me like, for whatever reason, when Trump and his whole, his crew and his whole thing came and they were riling people up and they were bringing that certain kind of energy, the fans and everything went to a different place. I think, was it Rory's wife that got a beer spilled on her or something like that?
They got thrown at her, like a beer bottle or something thrown at her, yeah. Hey, Kyle, I said the same thing when Hakim brought it up. The first thing that came to mind with me is Donald Trump, yo. This guy is out here promoting that and bringing that energy on, and this is what we get, from a guy at the top that's acting a fool, yo.
100%, bro. And a sport like golf, man. I'm not a golf
Me either.
enthusiast.
I didn't even see that until Hawk brought it up. I don't even watch golf. Like, I don't
Nah,
watch it because I was telling him, like, part of it that I don't even like the side of, them having to be quiet in the first place. Like every other sport is just mad chaotic. And he talking about, yeah, because they got to concentrate. Every sport you concentrate. You don't think a batter is up, like watching the Yankees now, ninth inning, game tied. You don't think he concentrating on hitting the ball? That crowd is going crazy at the same time. Shooting a free throw, game tied. You don't think there's concentration going on? Like, come on, man. Like, and that's part. I just don't. I'm not into golf. Period. I'm just not into it. It's too uppity to me, man.
Nah, and you know what? Like, if you play or whatever, and that's your thing, then fine, whatever. I don't personally play, but the whole being a fan of it and to sit down and like y'all watching golf on TV, it's just I can't get into it. I really can't.
Nah, golf too uppity for me, man.
Yeah, I never got into it. But I'm glad that I'm glad that Wes and Cliff are involved. And big shout out to the homie Byron Kirkland, who has a golf organization that he's created. Of course, Wendell, who's been on the show, Wendell Haskins, who has a organization around golf. Like, I like to see Black people in all sports activities.
Right.
J.R. Smith doing this
thing.
But
I think this is like I'm not saying that. Like, I can imagine. Like, I've been out on a golf course, and golfing is hard. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it's not a competitive thing or something to do. It's just that I'm just not into it. That's it. Like, but I think for people to be out there and people doing it, I mean, that's fine with me. I mean, and it's not an easy thing to do either.
Right. J.R. Smith I saw the documentary. His dedication to it. That's dope.
Yeah. I like the fact that Michael Jordan is as good as he is in golf, and that he was able to apply, his athletic skills to something that, African Americans aren't known to excel at, even though, there are a number of golfers throughout history, Black golfers throughout history, who have excelled.
For sure.
And, we kind of have to, force our things. Yeah.
You know who's really good at golf?
Who's that?
Drez.
Yeah, I've heard.
Drez is really good.
Yeah. He's got that demeanor too. He seems like a golfer.
No, he's really good,
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm always having to just go off on a tangent right fast. I think we mentioned this last week, but man, that Virgo party y'all threw was fire, yo. And Drez from Black Sheep performed, and he had bending. I saw knees was giving knees. Engine number 9 out this motherfucker. Niggas' knees was all. It didn't get down as low as they used to back in the 90s. It was like, all right, let me hold on to somebody. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was fun though.
Yeah.
Yo, I mean, I'm my bad. I'm changing the subject, but I want to throw this in too. And I texted this to the group chat, but just for the sake of the show, man, I was listening to Brother Haas. A lot of people know him as Haas the Ripper, the MC. He was
one of the greatest out of Jersey.
Facts.
Yeah.
And I was just listening to him, and he was giving his biography, if you will, and they asked him about his name, where he got his name. Excuse me, Memphis Bleak asked him, and he shouted out KG, and said that that's an ill name, and started calling him that, and it kind of stuck. So I was like, damn, man, it's a lot of KG flowers.
Yo, you named Haas the Ripper. Well, you
past 2 weeks, but
who was part of that creation, K?
I mean, no, I don't remember that part of it, but I've known Haas, like him and Lil Sev and all of them from when they were Hardware, K-Mac, all of them, like I've known him from way back. So yeah, like it was a time he wasn't Haas the Ripper though, he wasn't, and we will always be messing around and doing music and around each other. So I can imagine there was at some point some kind of conversation. If he says it, it was. I'm not gonna dispute it, You know, I just don't remember it. But like I said, we were around each other a lot, and we were always talking about a lot of stuff at that point. So yeah, I mean, I'll take his word for it.
Yo, so since we
Hey,
off of
K, I love your humility, bro.
yeah.
I love your humility, man, and how it's just no, seriously, like your contributions to the culture is just effortless, and it's second nature for you. And it's like, you know, you live and breathe it. You know what I'm saying? Hawk, same
Appreciate
thing. You know, y'all live and breathe this.
Well, I mean,
So,
let me just while you on that
Same,
note,
yep.
Coach E. While you on that note, Coach E,
Appreciate that, E.
I've known KG since the 6th grade, right? And KG's
Mhm.
always been like the quietest joker, like just always laid back, reserved, didn't really say too much, right? But he was always about music. You knew K's DJ, of course, as a producer later on, but he was always about
Mhm.
hip hop music, hip hop fashion. He looked the part, he was the part. K was hip hop through and through. Now, in 1987, we were in the same homeroom class at East Orange High School, 1986, 1987, right?
Mhm.
And one day I walk into class, homeroom class, and K is sitting there. He got the high top joint. He got the fucking Nefertiti, the rings. He spins medallion. They got the rings and shit. Niggas dripping with the hip hop culture like that. And he's holding this album and shit, right? And on the album cover had these two jokers on there holding guns and bullets and shit. It was the Criminal Minded album, right? So I wasn't really, you know, I knew South Bronx, but I didn't really understand the whole BDP movement like that. So I go in the homeroom and I'm like, yo, K, who the fuck is these motherfuckers? He was like, oh, you don't know about Boogie Down
Right.
Production, Criminal Minded? So I credit KG would put me on to Boogie Down Productions. Now, this story, about 3 years later, I was a background dancer for an artist named Nicole, who was signed to Sleeping Bag Records. And Nicole was given tickets to BDP at the Apollo, and she wasn't really a big rap fan like that. She was like, Hakeem, I know you deep into the rap hip hop. Here's 3 tickets to the Apollo to go see our productions. I took KG and Vin. When they were the new style.
The new style.
So and then of course I would later become affiliated with KRS-One, part of the BDP crew, and it's just the way kind of shit, you know, should be happening in the culture, and you're a part of shit that's not about really rocking the mic, but the way we come together and form like Voltron and make shit happen, and they would later become
Especially in Jersey.
become the biggest, you know, thing,
Yeah.
amateurs, you know, biggest thing in hip hop. I used to dance for them when they were in New Style, the Naughty by Nature, scuffing those knees. You know what I mean?
I remember that. I remember that show, Hawk, because that's the show that KRS-One mic went off, and in mid rhyme, and he kept going, and Rebecca came running down the aisle and threw a mic, and he caught it and kept going.
That's ill.
The real hip hop is over here, y'all. You gotta understand. The real hip hop is over here.
Hey, K, it could have all gone another way if the 3-point line was there early.
Yeah. Honestly, yo, I tell people too, man. Like honestly, like I felt like it was too much pressure on me to play basketball. That's why I didn't even play really. I played for fun. My brother was so good, man, and it was just so much pressure for me to follow in those footsteps of his, man. And I just was just like, yo, I'm gonna focus and I'm gonna make my own way. I got to go somewhere else because those shoes they're too big for me to follow, yo. Because he was just so good, yo. Well, and I love basketball. I still love. That's why I still play today. I've always loved basketball. I just had to find my own way, though, yo.
Well, Kay, let me ask you a question, Kay. Civic Center history. Did you play in that game against New Edition back in the day?
No, no, I didn't play in that game. Nope.
No, damn.
Nope.
Okay. Who? You know anybody that played in that game? Who played in that game?
I think Halim played. I think he did. I think Halim played.
I want to have somebody come on the show and talk about that game. I know Halim be putting 100 on everything, so you know.
Yeah, I think Halim played.
We gotta get Big
I'm not sure if Nut played. I'm not sure, but I think Holland, most likely Holland, and I'm sure probably Super Sal played too.
Super Sal, goddamn. So the new edition came, these stars back in the 80s, showed up at the Civic Center. You know, I'm an up the hill cat, so I just caught the legend the next day in school. But yeah, new edition came through and had a little pickup game.
Viv has that in his documentary. He talks about that in his documentary.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Michael Bivens and Do It All, who they have their league, Newark and Boston, and they got a thing going on. And big shout out to you and Vin once again.
Yeah.
For, you know, what you're doing at Oval Park with your basketball league. You know.
Hey, Kyle, what's the thing you was posting? That's a book that Do It All doing, right?
Oh, that's
dope. Man. Yes, me, myself, me, and I'm actually on my way to see Do right now.
Okay.
We co-authored a children's book. Appreciate you sharing that out, Kay.
Beautiful.
Children's book is called You Can Do It All. It's basically a story of resilience. It's a little boy named Dupre, which is fitting, obviously. And it's a story about resilience, different things that you try and you fail and you keep trying. And eventually, if you stay determined, you succeed. And the ill thing about it is, and I mean, anybody that's been around Do as much as I have, but just period, you're going to hear a lot of stories. Just like I love listening to you, Kay, and you, Hawk, and Coach E, especially on the sports tip, just stories about things that I could soak up. And Do has so many ill stories about, like, people don't even know, like him being like the runner-up to being Theo for the Cosby Show. He would have been Theo Huxtable. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Damn.
Wow, that's funny.
You know, spoiler alert.
That's funny.
That's what I'm telling them. We're going to do some story time for the social media, and we're going to put some of these stories out here. Not just, I mean, for the book, it's true. That's for children, but just for people, man. Just to know some of this richness of this brother, you know, who he is. But, you know, other stuff, like obvious stuff like, you know, trying to be the councilman the first time and not succeeding.
Not trying. He's doing great work. Not trying. He's succeeding.
No, I mean like the first time that he ran and he didn't get in, and then get it, and then getting in the second time. You know, all of those type of stories. So we consolidated those stories and we put it in a book. But man, you know, we've been getting a lot of good reception and a lot of people have been positive. So we're gonna, you know, continue to do this, man. Turn it into a series and just do a whole bunch of different stories and bring other brothers in to do their stories. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, hey, Kai, we gotta talk offline too. You know, anything with a book, I got to get to the kids. So let's talk offline.
Please, yes, absolutely.
Yep. Yeah. So IZM SPORTS. Let me see. We talked about the WNBA. Coach, you missed the conversation about Rory McElroy over the weekend. The raucous out at the Riders Cup out Long Island.
They got spanked, didn't they? Didn't the U.S. get spanked in the
I don't know the outcome, but you know they were heckling Rory McElroy to the point where he told somebody to shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
with his club in his hand, like, you know, and then they threw a beer bottle at his wife, hit his wife in the head with a beer bottle.
Yeah, you got to know how to duck.
Coach.
That's so unlike golf. You know, that's like golf.
That to me is the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it, man. It takes me back to what's my man?
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore, yeah. we need that in golf.
So yeah, all right. We talked about the WNBA.
Yo, not to overprogram, Hawk, but before I got out of the car, we gotta talk about my G, man. This might be the only time we can positively talk. Well, it's not even positive because Neighbors is out, but
right.
You know what? Never mind. You know what? Go ahead, Hawk.
No. Hey,
I'm trying to just get all
this
the. This
might be the only win of the season. It might be.
You know, we want to cover the NFL in a thorough manner, but I know you gotta probably move around in a second. So yeah, we could jump to the NFL. The Giants, I was happy that they won. I thought that was a dope win. Let me see where we at.
Dart had a solid game. You know.
Yeah.
He actually looked promising, man. He looked promising.
Trying to see
Yo,
where
and that's why I just didn't want to be too critical of him because I don't know what he can. I didn't know what he could do, so I
Right.
didn't want to say it was a bad move because of him. I just don't trust the management, and I don't trust the coach like that. But
yeah.
I don't know, man. That hamstring is still looks. You know, we don't know what's up with that. So
I mean, I still think at the end of the season they still got to get rid of Dable, but
I agree.
at least this is showing some signs that things could move in the right direction. You know, the of course the difficult part about it all is Neighbors is out now, so you got to find a new target or go to, which at the end of the day could help because it's going to develop some other receivers and options for Dart. But that was a tough blow. That was a tough blow.
Pause, nigga.
Yeah. Scatterboo, the running back, he's only gonna look. I love what he's doing right now through 4 games. He's trucking cats. He's moving the piles. He's going forward. But that stuff only lasts for so long. You only
Right.
knocking cats around and hitting cats for so long. You need to refine that offense.
I think it was a good sign for the Giants, but it still may be their only win. I don't know if anything else will materialize moving forward for them. But
I'm hoping that New Orleans is so god awful that I'm hoping next week or this week rather, we can get another win. But yeah, you're right, Coach. I'm not fighting for them. Like this could be their only win. That's a fact.
Yeah, New Orleans is bad, brother. Let me tell you.
I mean, you gotta see. I mean, Dart looked good though, and now Scatterboo looking good. So
Scatterboo, yeah,
that could be promising. Two rookies that you got moving forward. It's a nice start on something to grow on. So even if they don't win and do too much, I mean, it could look promising with them too. We got to see. But
well, I like the way Jackson Dart looked in his last game. However, I know he did a lot of celebrating, and it was so unsportsmanlike, and it was so it wasn't a good look. It's not respectful. He wasn't looking for his teammates. It was, what do you call it? It was showing off. He hasn't really done this thing in anything in this league to warrant the, y'all know where I'm going with this.
Hey man, that young fella, that young light complexion fella was having his moment, man.
But it's not even about him. It's not a critique of him because
it's a critique of how it's handled. It's how it's handled.
I think that especially in the NFL with the long history of celebration in the NFL, that it's a part of the marketing of the NFL.
Yeah.
It's a part of the excitement of the NFL. It creates fan participation and fan engagement in the NFL. So I don't see any problem with anybody celebrating when they do as well as Jackson Dart did. But let's keep that same energy with everybody. Not, I don't know if you caught he wasn't about the celebration or anything like that, but Rex Ryan comments on Shador, basically blaming him for his situation when we all know that, it's not all to do with what you're doing on the field in practice and preseason training camps. Like what he's going through is so far beyond that to even put it on him is just unfortunate. And then he's been criticized. Tom Brady was criticizing Shador about the celebration and, people talking about he wears his hat backwards and it's all types of bullshit. And then when you see Jackson Dart not just celebrate, but it really ham it up. Like, you haven't done anything in this NFL, young man. Had a great game. I love to see that, but
I had no problem with Jackson
not at all.
Dart doing what he did.
Not at
all.
But
my problem with even Rex Ryan, it was really uncalled for and unnecessary for him to even bring up or speak on Shador in that manner. It was
Right.
like, yo, why? Where did that come from, man? Like, you've been holding on to this venom for a minute, you know, because the boy is just out there saying, yo, I feel like I can compete with anybody. And yes, he should be on the sideline making sure he's taking notes, but I don't see where he's not doing that. I don't see where he's not learning, soaking up the game, and doing all that, you know. So I really have a problem with it. But, you know, NFL, they piss me off even further. I know the NFL is racist. I know it's probably the most racist league we have here in America. But today it came out that they want to honor Charlie Kirk at the Super Bowl.
Come on.
Wow.
What?
Come on.
And
What?
Andy Reid made a statement. Like,
applaud Andy Reid.
Yo, all right, utilizing the biggest game in our sport, probably the biggest sports game, period, in the country. Like, you're politicized, like, it's too much now.
Yeah, applaud for Andy Reid.
And I thought, hey, Kansas City ain't going to Super Bowl this year. Because it's no way that's going to happen, because he's already put it on record. Like, we not partaking in that.
Yeah, but still, but the statement itself, because that could be the reality, but you still not say nothing. So for Andy Reid,
he came out. He came out and spoke on it.
He's one who's probably the best coach in the NFL coaching right now.
Yeah.
For him to come out and say it, like, that was huge, and you know, kudos to him, you know, for standing on principle. You know, when I say stand on principle, is that, you know, again, Kaepernick. We saw what happened with that brother, and
it's going to be so fitting that the Super Bowl is going to be in Levi Stadium again this year, where Kaepernick played, where Beyonce did her incredible halftime performance, and oh, by the way, where Bad Bunny is going to perform, and I know a lot of us don't know.
He's very much anti, and Bad Bunny's not fucking with Trump. He's not fucking with Trump.
Not at all.
The Bad Bunny thing, when I saw that right away, I had to applaud Jay-Z and how he's choosing these halftime acts. Like, that was a FU to Trump and all that as well.
Well, there was a rumor, I don't know how real this is, that they were shooting for a country western halftime. So they had Dolly Parton and a bunch of the other country western big stars, and a lot of them declined. Dolly Parton, namely, said, "Nah, we're not going to do it."
Well, yeah, I figured she wouldn't. Yeah, she.
And then that's when the pivot came, and they went with Bad Bunny, which was perfect because, you know, salute to him. He's very vocal and pushes back against Trump and what's happening. You know, again, not to make this a political show, but politics.
And not just Trump, and not just Trump, but like, from what I can read, because obviously I can understand what the thing when he's speaking in Spanish, but the whole thing in Puerto Rico with all the anti-gentrification and pushing people off the island and taking people, you know, and the erasure of people and doing that shit in San Francisco, that's huge, man, because you know what kind of money is going on over there, and the Super Bowl in itself. I think it's just a big, to your point, Coach, a big FU to Trump and a big FU to these devils, man.
And what I will say, and I would not be surprised in the least bit if ICE shows up to the Super Bowl halftime show and takes this joker off. Nothing surprises me.
He's an American citizen.
But the thing is, though, you know,
because I can see that happening. That's the crazy shit. It's like, that's some outlandish shit, but I can really see that happening.
Yes.
You know that he didn't do his tour in America because of ICE. He did it everywhere. He was touring everywhere except for here, because he said that, you know, he didn't like Trump's antics. He don't like his policy, and he don't like what ICE is doing. And basically, if you think, I mean, just think about, like, his audience, like, who would be at his shows?
Right. That's right.
ICE would be lined up outside of the doors just trying to grab all his fans, man.
Absolutely.
He's like, I'm not putting my people in that scenario, in that situation, you know.
Yeah, but you know, that is just another blow to the viewing public, the fans, of the NFL. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe they just figure this is our audience, so we can pull something like Charlie Kirk, honoring him, and it'll be accepted. It'll be applauded.
That's some man. That's some bull. Like that's some real. Charlie Kirk was not an elected official. Charlie Kirk.
He was a podcaster at the end of the day.
He was a podcaster. I mean, there's all the conspiracy theories and what fed his machine and
Reddick. I mean,
none of that. I don't want to get into none of that at all.
Right.
But it's just the superficiality of it all when you're comparing him to Dr. Martin Luther King or any of the
my God.
Like it's so disrespectful to the struggle of our people and what our leadership really had to go through. Dogs, fire hoses, like assassinations.
Yeah.
Like we're coming out of not having any rights, trying to fight our way out of Jim Crowism. And again, not to make this a political show, but all things are political. And the NFL is showing us a continuation of a tradition of white supremacy, devaluation of Black lives. So when we say Black Lives Matter, whether you get with the organization or not, just what that means and stands for is, Black and brown people continually having to prove our value to this country. And then when you think of the NFL, which is totally powered by Black bodies.
Yes.
Totally powered by Black bodies. Like we are, our people, our resource is the value of the NFL. Speaking of which, Kay, you want to talk about Oku? Talk about the value and the importance of us guiding the value.
When you say talk about Oku, meaning like what?
What happened with him and
Ace?
And Ace.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's totally true. Yeah, I mean, I've seen reports of it, but I haven't talked to Oku, to see if it was totally true, to even know what happened. So I'm not sure. I don't want to speak on something I don't know about.
Okay,
I texted him the other day, but I just texted him and say what's up, and we just said what's up to each other, and that was it. But I haven't talked to Oku about none of that, so I'm not sure what it could be. It could be totally false, or it could be totally true. Like I can't speak for him though.
Yeah. Well, either way, the fact that you have the basketball league that you have working with young people, the fact that E is a basketball coach,
right?
The fact that we do youth programming,
because
we understand the value of our youth, and it should be us that benefit the most off of our resource.
And I can speak for that for Oku. I can say that because that is what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's nurturing, he's taking a lot of these kids in. And I will say this though, if that did happen to him, it's foul.
Yeah.
It's foul.
And I did not expect you to comment on that, like in that way, just the importance of Oku in a young player's life because of the experiences that he's had in life with the game of basketball,
right?
On so many different levels, having that, like, what makes a person qualified to be an agent. I think what we see with football players and basketball players are like John Grant. He's not using an agent to negotiate his next deal. We see what Jalen Hurts has done. We see what Lamar Jackson has done. We see what these players have done with either not having an agent or having someone that's close to them that came up with them, be their agent, be it a parent or advisor of some sort. When you look at the relationship, even Manning with Daniel Jones and the him being close to that family, and Manning having so much influence in the NFL that has something to do with Daniel Jones going to the Giants and getting that look. Like nobody, we don't decry that type of relationship when it comes to them. But when it comes to us, even with Deion Sanders and his own son, which is literally his own production.
Yeah. They act like it's a crime that Deion's involved. It's like, dude, what are you talking about? Like that's crazy. And that's it's just ridiculous, man. Like seriously, it's ridiculous. And it goes like it like even on the flip side of it, man, like even in music, you know how it is, Hot, man. Like we nurture artists, we produce artists. You put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears for people to be unloyal to you. Same with coaching. You know how it is, coach, man. And you bring these people up, man, and you work with them and you work down. I mean, you not only become friends with them, you're like a father figure with them.
Yes.
They become like your brothers. They become like your sons or your daughters and different stuff, man. It's more than like people only look at it and think somebody trying to get a dollar out of it. It ain't that, man, because when I'm starting to work with a person, there is no money involved. I don't know if that person's going to make a dime or a penny ever in his career. It's something that I see in them, and it's something that I want to do to give back if somebody did that for me. And that's how coaches coach. That's what Coop is doing with these kids. And like I said, if something like that comes back, and when that stuff happens to people later, to all of us, me, Coop, to coach, any of us, it's foul, yo.
Yeah, it is. And it's become the norm more and more. And it affects something that we're all passionate about and love.
Exactly.
You know, because now you got it. Yes, it's business to a certain extent, but we really do it because we love it.
Exactly.
You know, we did it when we weren't getting any money. We did it when we got money, but never tried to take advantage or use anybody to get a buck.
Exactly.
Want to see the best for people, you know, because maybe unfortunately for us, we were actually brought up right, you know.
True.
You know, and that is frowned upon. You know, it's frowned upon that you actually want to do the right thing.
And it's supposed to be. And I guess people got this preconceived, like I guess, picture of somebody who's supposed to be handling something for you, supposed to look like.
That part right there, Kay. That part right there.
Yeah.
You know,
and it's really just a buffer between the resources and the profit. I gotta have our team, our network of people in the mix in professional sports.
Right.
Multi-billion-dollar operation here. So, you know, our players, our people become a commodity in a sense when you think of the amount of wealth that's generated from professional sports. So yeah.
Right. And it's crazy. Let's look at even like just from the extreme sides of it, guys. Right. So imagine if, let's say, Jerry Jones and a player walks in there, or Micah. Let's say like even the scenario that he just had with Micah. Let's say Micah's agent was some young 18-year-old. Jerry Jones will be looking at them like at the 18-year-old like, are you serious? Like, I'm not sitting here talking to this little kid. You know what I'm saying? And which is crazy. And then you go on the flip side. You know, let's say Kai, like a younger cat or whatever, like a Kai Sanat or whatever, like the streamer cat or whatever, that's doing something. And let's say, you know, a young kid walks in there and they got, you know, a 65-year-old guy, and Kai's looking like, what this old dude doing up in here? Like, I am about to be talking to this old. So it's just crazy like that, man. Like these cats. So I'm just using the extremes of both sides, but it all falls in between as well, man. With a person, you know, that comes in with dreads, or a person that might walk in there and look a certain way, like, or whatever, man. And people just automatically, you know, look at you wrong, man.
You know, it's terrible, man. The state we're in, but I don't know. It makes it hard. It makes it hard to want to help people and give back and progress the culture overall. Because, you know, I always think, you know, sports, music, that's all connected. That's intertwined. You know, it makes it difficult for you to want to do it, man. And it's just like, damn, not again. And also it's, once again, the devaluing of whether it's the black father or the black male figure, the black manager, you know, involved in these young people's lives. They just want to exclude us every which way they can,
so they can exploit us.
There you go.
Yeah, or basically use you. It's the saying of like you, like when they said like Kobe, whatever, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, but like they want you to go through all of the hard work just to step in later in 11th hour and get the glory, yo.
Right. And the one who's actually shooting in the gym with them is who they just discard.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. That's sad. All right. Anyway,
disgusting.
moving right along. We gonna go down. Let's go down this list of last week's wins and losses.
Do we have to? I know mine was bad. I don't even know if I won again.
Yeah, we got to. We got to. So I picked the Cards. You guys picked the Seahawks. I picked
Who won that game? Seahawks, right?
Seahawks, yeah.
Okay.
23-20, I'm sorry.
Right.
I picked the Steelers. Everybody picked the Steelers.
Hey, the Steelers might win that division, Kay.
Yeah, if Lamar is out a couple of games, yeah, we might.
Yeah, they already saying he's out probably till week 7.
All right, well, you know what?
And Baltimore got a tough game up this week again too.
Let's
I think they play the Vikings now.
Let's hold that Baltimore talk for a second because we need to go into that.
Yeah,
that's an interesting conversation. Let me just get to Commanders versus Falcons. Everybody had the Falcons.
Commanders smacked them too.
Sure did.
Yeah.
No. Commanders, the Falcons did. Falcons got smacked the week before. That was the week before the Falcons got smacked. Right.
Which is interesting. We all picked the Falcons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We all picked the Chargers and all caught that L.
Yeah.
I picked the Titans. Cliff picked the Texans. K picked the Texans. E picked the Titans. Texans won 26-0. Destroyed.
Yeah, Texas looked good. I don't know what that was.
Well,
it was so nasty. Cam Ward came out and ripped his whole team and himself and just said he just straight cursed and just said they trash. Yeah.
They trash. He said they ass actually.
Yeah.
But the Titans are not a good team. So
no, they're not.
Yeah. So the Texans, even though they look great that game, that don't really mean nothing.
Well, there's a reason they had the #1 pick. So
yeah, exactly. Yep. We all had the Eagles, I think. No. I had the Bucks. Cliff had the Bucks. Kay, you wasn't here. He had the Eagles.
Yes, I was.
What you had?
I was here last week.
I think we lost you at that point. We lost you, and then you come back later. No. Or maybe I didn't write down.
No, I had the Eagles.
Okay.
We got to get into that too. AJ Brown situation.
Yeah.
What did I say? I say AJ Brown gonna pout. If you're not throwing the ball down the field, AJ Brown, if you're not getting touches, I'm pouting.
But I love the way the coach handled it. Like, yeah, of course he wants to get more throws, but he's still with us, and this is not an issue. And I don't necessarily believe it is an issue because how they win, but I mean, anybody wants to get more touches because you're out there, you run in the routes, you want to get more touches. The crazy part about the Eagles, it's just not necessary for them to win. They just, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. The crazy thing is though, they won without Jalen Hurts having to throw the ball a lot. He didn't have a lot of yards. Saquon didn't have a lot of yards. Yeah. It's like, how do you win a game like that?
Yeah, that's what's crazy. Like they just winning with really, it seems like minimal effort offensively. They not getting a lot of yards running, a lot of yards passing. They just winning.
You see,
the only way you do that is if defense give you short fields, and that's it.
True.
You see, they running the fake tush push, right?
Yeah, that's how they're gonna start getting people.
Yeah, I just think they are the Super Bowl champions, so you can't disrespect their gangster. I think as later we get into the season, especially in the playoffs, I just hope they can execute throwing the ball down the field because that's when you're gonna need to.
Because it's about timing at that point. And
Yeah.
if you haven't gotten it,
Thank you.
you know,
That's what I was trying to say last week. It's the timing, it's the chemistry.
yeah.
You know, if AJ Brown is pouting and he's like, "Fuck y'all, motherfuckers," he got that attitude that could just fuck shit up. You know.
Yo, to say you unhappy by quoting a Bible verse is crazy.
Yes, it is, yo. That's crazy.
Oh man.
All right, so we got the Panthers versus the Patriots. We all had the Pats. Saints versus the Bills. We all had the Bills. Lions versus the Browns. We all had the Lions. Jaguars versus the Niners.
I think all of us had Jags except for E.
Nah, Cliff and K had the Jags. Me and E had the Niners.
The Niners season is over. It's a wrap. It is a wrap.
We all had the Rams.
I like the Rams.
I do too.
I like the Rams.
The Rams are tough.
I had the Bears. Bears versus Raiders. I had the Bears. K had the Raiders. Cliff had the Raiders. E had the Rams. Ravens at Chiefs.
Ugh.
I had the Chiefs. Cliff had the Ravens. K had the Ravens. E had the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the Ravens.
Mm-hmm. They're done. They got what, 7 out on defense? 7 injured on defense. Namdi is out for the year. I think Lamar is out. They're talking 3 weeks, so he might not be back till week. I think they're gonna buy week 7, so week 8 he'll be back.
All right, so that's what they say, but commentary on the internet was Lamar was faking the funk. He threw the game. He said these jokers ain't come to play this year.
Nah.
Well,
Football ain't the game for that, yo.
Yeah, I don't think he threw it, but he might have been like, hey, I ain't gonna stay out here and get hurt more so. I think if it's a close game, I think he stays in. You know, he grinds it out.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see him getting nipped and could actually come back out and play through the injury, but been like, I'm not playing through that today. It's over.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
I can see that.
It's their defense is horrible.
It was bad last year.
It was. And
it was bad last year.
This year because you got the injuries, but you can do what you want. You can run
also with Derrick Henry.
You can throw it. You do what you want.
Derrick Henry out there gaming too, yo.
But they only gave him the ball 8 times.
Yeah, but in previous games, he's like I don't think he's cracked 100 this year. He's like been like 50 yards.
I think the first game he might have had 100. I think the first game. And he had that big fumble.
He had a few big fumbles, no?
Well, since then, every game he's had a big fumble. But I still think you got to trust him. Yo, get that joker the ball 20 times. You know, and live with it.
Yep, I agree.
Live with it.
I think Lamar forces the issue in the pocket too much. Holding the ball too long. I think if he got on his wheels a little more often, quicker, more decisive, he'd probably be better off. But yeah, they need to run the ball a little more, focus on Derrick Henry getting his. And
I think he's falling into that thing that some black quarterbacks do who are athletic and can run and make plays of, I got to prove I can stay back there and make the throw.
Yeah.
Either make the throw on the run or get the hell out of there.
Now, again, back to politics here, because black quarterbacks are shamed into staying in the pocket. There's all types of narratives that's attached to them about a running black quarterback is somehow a negative.
Yeah.
But when you find a white quarterback with wheels, it's looked at as
positive.
As a positive.
The greatest
added effect. He can do this as well.
Yeah. A running white quarterback is the greatest thing ever.
Ever.
You know.
Oh my God! And look at he juked him because Josh Allen is a bad boy. Let's not get it twisted.
Oh yeah, he is.
He's a bad boy, but
he's a big boy. That's what it is. That's part of it too.
Says Josh Allen needs to stay in the pocket and prove he can sling the ball. Now Lamar, I mean, he's got one. Well, up until his last game, had one of the better passer ratings in professional football. And in terms of his career, He's up there with the greats, Aaron Rodgers, like all the top gunslingers. He's like right there with, passing percentage, interception to touchdown ratio. I'm talking about throwing the ball. Like that's
Yeah.
he does like Lamar is one of the best throwers of the ball in NFL history. But he still feels like he's got to stay there and prove himself. That's why.
Yep. It's tough, man. And the other thing, I don't think they'll do it because he's won a couple championships. But Harbaugh got to go, man. He got to go. In the game against KC, he goes for it on 4th and 5. 13 minutes left in the 4th. He's been in games with it's been like 3 minutes or whatever, 4th and 1, and he won't go for it. Like, what you doing, man? What you doing? He's overstayed his welcome. But he's on the right side of politics. So might not go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I do know that when he made some political comments early in the year, I don't know if he felt pressured or he felt cornered. He just rattled off what he thought people wanted to hear. But I think he may have exposed himself.
I agree.
But then I've heard, I don't know, maybe this is just rumors and this is untrue. So if it's untrue, please provide the proof in the comments so we can get on the right page. But Lamar Jackson says something about supporting Charlie Kirk and his family. And apparently Justin Jefferson did too. I hope that's not right.
I saw the Jefferson stuff. I didn't see
Lamar.
But you know what? I will say this. It tracks for a lot of these dudes because they tend to go with their bank account as opposed to, their race. And I will also say this. Jokers from Florida are different. I know you live there. You ain't from there, so you get a pass. But jokers from, and I'm sure you see this being down there. Jokers from Florida are different. How they think about things politically, really different.
Okay, so the backlash involving Lamar Jackson was Charlie Kirk tweeted, "It's all about Jesus." NFL star Lamar Jackson is allegedly facing backlash after reposting Charlie Kirk's post about Jesus. It's interesting how athletes are free to speak out and support everything else, but the moment they mention the name Jesus, it suddenly becomes an issue. Well,
they always get us with the Jesus, don't they?
They get us with the Jesus. It's like, it's not about Jesus. It's about Charlie Kirk wasn't really the greatest representation of Jesus.
Right.
So
they've been doing that to us for a long time.
Yeah. All right. Well. All right. So moving right along, we had the Packers at the Cowboys. We all picked the Packers. 40-40 tie, overtime. What y'all think about that?
We didn't lose.
You
weren't wrong. It was a tie.
That was it was a high-scoring game, and I thought the Packers' defense was solid, and you couldn't even score 40 against them. Because anytime Dallas scores a lot of points, I think it's to their advantage.
Yeah.
But they
I never would have thought putting 40 up on the Packers right now would happen.
Yeah.
I knew that Dallas would come to play, though. I knew it was because that's what they do. Those games like that, they show up.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
They do like that kind of scenario. I knew it was. I knew it wasn't gonna be. I knew they weren't gonna get ran out of that gym. I said it last week. I said they're not gonna get ran out the gym.
Right.
And I thought Green Bay would be so motivated because of the week before.
Right.
Right. But
I thought they would win outright, though. I did think that, but I didn't think that they would run them out of there.
Right.
I didn't think it'd be close. I didn't think it'd be close, but
So I thought that going into it, Dallas would lose, possibly lose big. I definitely didn't think they'd win the game. They didn't win the game. It was a tie. But as a moral victory, first of all, I don't think they're going to the playoffs. And if they do go to the playoffs, they won't last long.
They ain't going to.
However, what I saw in this game was that the offense is fucking solid.
Absolutely.
Because they got second and third string linemen fucking playing right now.
Yeah.
They starting line. I think they got 3 people off the starting offensive line.
Yeah.
And Packers got that defense, and Micah Parsons was in the game, but we didn't wreak havoc. He was under control.
Well, he did what he had to do at the end.
At the end, yes, he did. Dak is slow foot, and whatever. But that said, the offensive line for the Dallas Cowboys did a great job for the most part.
They did.
Pickens, I know. I'm sorry you guys got to lose him, but I'm glad that he's able to shine with the Cowboys. He had a big game this past week. CeeDee Lamb's not playing.
Right.
That boy Williams in the backfield run hard.
Yeah.
I'm liking him.
Liking him. Okay, so the offense is now the defense. These jokers is bananas. They don't tackle. They can't stop the run. Bland was getting beat all fucking day. They was making dumbass mistakes, like the boy that the safety who did he hit late? It was an incomplete pass, and he came in.
Oh yeah.
Personal foul. Yeah,
bro, that's just a dumb mistake. Especially, I think they were the Packers were maybe at the Dallas 30. At the Packer 35-40. So that penalty put them like midfield, maybe a little bit beyond midfield.
Yeah.
Game crunch time. It's like damn dumb mistake. So it's those types of things that But coaching, I gotta say, is much better.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Coaching is much better.
Coaching's much better than McCarthy. They got to get the defense together. But I was impressed.
I was still waiting to the very end for Dak to Dak,
and he didn't.
And he did.
All right. I was too, yo.
It was fine. Me too. I'm like, Dak on Dak, and is this going to be? But
Dak actually did Dak like 2 times on it. It's just that Pickens made it work because it was 2 passes that Dak dacked when he be throwing at your toes, and Pickens went down and got it.
Yeah,
he went down and got it. But it was like 2 low passes and then that last one that my man came back, Dak was dacking on that where he just swung it in the air. He just swung that joint, yo. That was crazy. He just swung that. That could have been a pick off. I don't know what the defensive back of the Packers was doing because he just stood there in the end zone while my man ran back and got it. He's standing right there. Like, you don't see the ball in the air like he do?
Yeah. Now, that was the one I thought, oh, that's a pick. That's got to be a pick.
Yes. Normally that is picked off.
Yeah. You know what I noticed this year? Overall in the NFL, I feel like the DB's not good this year.
They're not, yo.
No. Well, the other thing is there's so many rules in place to
it makes it tough on them.
Yeah, it makes it real tough defending, but I don't think that cancels out what your point, Coach. I think that the level of defensive back play across the league has not been the same.
Yeah.
But again, the league wants more offense, so they give the wide receivers and they give them a quarterback a little bit more room to breathe. To defend. So, all right, we had the Jets and the Fins.
Yo, the Fins, won the game. Actually looked good, but then he lost Tyreek Hill. So
you had the Fins. Now Tyreek Hill was seen applauding as he was moving off the field, and people were speculating it's because he doesn't have to fuck with 2 anymore.
And let me just say real quick, yo. After the first game we played with the Jets, I thought I was just like, well, dang, the Jets is good, man. The Jets gonna be all right this year.
Yeah.
Gee, I was wrong, boy. The Jets are terrible, yo.
But you know what it is, and I said this in their early games where they did look good. Okay, to your point, they don't know how to win.
Right.
And now that they've proven damn, we just can't win. I think it settled in. Like, you know what, we are ass. So
Right. You know what? You might be right, yo.
we tried. We gave our best effort. We still couldn't win. Let's just go back to who we are for the whole game.
And just going through the motions now.
Yeah. But I think they're going to right the ship. I do believe the Jets are, they're not going to make. They're not a playoff team or anything like that. But I think they're going to be more competitive moving forward. Because Miami, they're disgusting to watch.
Yeah.
And even watching that though, man, like wanting to and I'm a cheerleader for Fields, but I watched that game yesterday because I was just like, let me just see Fields. And I was just watching and I was just like, well, dang, this is why, we just say, you know what, let's move on from him, because the fumbles, he don't like his act. I always felt like he wasn't the most accurate quarterback. But it's just like, yo, I was just looking at him. I was just like, I see it.
Well,
the difference in because even watching Caleb, because I watched Caleb and the Bears play the other day, and I was just like, there's a total difference there. Like Caleb could get out and run and do whatever, but Caleb can throw the ball. He commanding it right. Like I just was like, yo, that's just there's levels to this, and Justin Fields ain't on that level, yo.
No, he's not. He's not. He came from a great college program.
Yeah.
And it made him look good. He had great receivers at that college program as well.
Yeah.
And they were so far ahead of everyone else. But yeah, Fields isn't good. But I think Aaron Glenn going to get it together. I don't know if they equate to wins right now. But I think
next year I think they'll be a lot better. They'll probably pick up a quarterback in the draft or try to bring somebody over there because you got to be able to throw the ball, man. You got to be able to throw the ball in the NFL.
And I could see Garrett Wilson in a minute. Like, what? Get me up out of here, man. I can't do this, yo.
Yeah.
Because he got frustrated last night. You ain't see him when he was just like he went to the sideline like, man, throw me the ball.
Yeah. And these receivers receivers have always been temperamental, but now they don't hide it. They're extremely vocal in the media, on the sideline, everything.
Listen. Let me get this last game off, and then we need to go through next week's schedule right fast.
Yep.
I got to dip off. So
yeah, I do too.
Yeah. Well, not. I got to step away, but I'm coming back. Damn.
No, I gotta go though.
No, you gotta go. All right. Well. Yeah. All right.
No, I'm saying you can go through the whatever like real quick.
Run through the list.
So okay. Your man over here is sitting on a lot of water right now.
Yeah.
About to get a hernia out this motherfucker.
Kay said he had to go get some shots up.
I do actually. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. See.
I do.
Let me just go like this. E-K. All right, 49ers at the Rams. I got the Rams. Vikings at the Browns. I got the Browns.
Vikings.
Cowboys at the Jets. I got the Cowboys.
Wouldn't that be something after we just talked about the Jets beat the
Cowboys? Justin Fields have a big day. That's crazy. Giants at the Saints. I got the Giants.
I got Giants too.
Yeah.
Kyle will love to hear that.
Hold up. Giants at the Saints?
Yep.
I'm going Saints, yo.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going Saints. Yeah, they about to bring Jackson Dart back down to earth. Yeah.
I just know that the Saints quarterback is awful.
Yeah, Spencer Rattler is terrible. But
well, where did he go to college? Where?
I have no idea.
SMU, I think maybe, or it's Texas A&M, or
he's terrible. He's terrible.
Raiders at the Colts. I got the Colts.
Colts. That's gonna be a good game.
It is. Colts are good though.
They are.
Dolphins at the Panthers. I got the Panthers.
Dolphins at the Panthers.
At the Panthers.
I'm gonna go Panthers.
Whew. Yeah, I'm gonna go Panthers.
It's a bumbo, but I'll go Panthers.
It really is.
Yeah. Broncos at the Eagles. I'm going to Eagles.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a good game.
Broncos at Eagles though.
At Eagles.
I'll go Eagles. I'm gonna
go Eagles.
And AJ Brown gonna have a great game.
Texans at the Ravens. I'm going to Ravens.
No, you're good.
I'm going Texans.
Texans at Ravens.
At Ravens.
Texans, yeah.
Baltimore 2 beat up.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You going Ravens, huh?
Yeah, I'm going Ravens. At Ravens.
Who's coach? Who's quarterback in the Ravens?
Nobody.
Yeah, nobody.
He did come in last week.
They still got Derrick Henry. They still got Derrick Henry though.
Man, Derrick Henry had like 30 yards last week.
It's still Derrick Henry. It ain't like the Texans is coming in. I mean, they got a defense.
Well, they're gonna stack the box.
Man, I'm going Ravens. Titans at Cardinals. I'm going to Cardinals.
Cardinals deserve one. They've been losing some really close games.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cardinals.
Okay. Bucks at the Seahawks. Ooh.
Bucks.
I'm going Bucks. Lions at the Bengals. I'm going to Lions.
Absolutely Lions.
Chase might ask for a trade. He looked frustrated last night.
Yeah. They showed a stat of Joe Burrow's like just career. Joe Burrow's been out every year he's been in the league, you know?
Yeah, he gets hurt a lot.
Hey, Joe Burrow's a bad boy when he's healthy. No doubt.
I think the only time I think the year that they even went to the Super Bowl, he might have been out early and then came back later.
Yes.
And then they went, but it's like he's been out every year, you know?
Yeah, he gets hurt a lot.
Yeah.
But I know if Chase don't get the ball this game, he gonna punch the quarterback in the face.
Oh, definitely. Who's quarterbacking? Jake Browning or whatever, somebody like that. Like that's just
him and the other one, Higgins, they getting a lot of money, bro.
They are.
They getting a lot of money, so
they better put them in the backfield or something. Just get them in the ball.
Yeah, just get them the ball, right? Commanders at Chargers. I got the Chargers.
Chargers. How long is Jaden Daniels out?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Patriots at the Bills. I got the Bills. Come on, man. At the Bills, Patriots. Bills is not letting the Patriots come up in there and win that game, brother.
You know what? I'm going to Patriots in upset, man.
Okay.
Bills been cruising.
Okay.
Well, Patriots Bills?
Yeah.
Where's the game at?
Buffalo.
Patriots at Bills. I'm gonna take the Patriots on the upset, yo.
Oh, y'all, wow! There's no way the Bills is letting the Patriots in Buffalo.
The Patriots is not that bad. Yo.
Now I can see an upset in New England. I can see an upset in New England. I don't see no upset in Buffalo.
I agree with you, Hawk. I just think the Bills been rolling, so
they just do for one.
They do for one, y'all. That's what I think, y'all. And normally it's a division team that gets you when you do for one.
Yeah, and it's always a bum division team, like the Jets or the Bills that beat you. I mean the Jets or the Patriots, because Patriots are bums now.
Last game, Chiefs at the Jaguars. I got the Chiefs.
Chiefs got Worthy and all them back. They about to start rolling again.
Yes.
Chiefs about to show jokers why they're the best team in the NFL, especially with a little help from the refs. Everybody said the Chiefs?
Yes, sir.
All right. That's it. All right, brothers. Great show. I'll see y'all next week.
All right, brothers.
All right, real quick though, before I forget, real quick. Let me ask you guys this. I mean, what do you guys think about like the Tom Brady scenario? Meaning, Tom Brady is a commentator and gets notes, but he's also in the organization of the Raiders. Like, so
Owner. Yeah.
yeah. So you this week
and in the booth.
you in the booth, getting the notes on the game, on the teams, schemes, all of this, whatever. I mean, I get everybody knows schemes of everything, but isn't that almost close to having inside information and then you play that team later? Like isn't that's a little shaky to me. Yo.
Well, my understanding is that was part of Tom Brady's deal. So, as the perennial cheater that he is,
so he's taking the cheating outside of the playing game field onto the ownership field.
It just tracks now.
Yeah, it just follows you.
Like
when you got the complexion for the protection of the collection, and you're universally considered the greatest quarterback of all time, they're going to open up doors they wouldn't open up for nobody else.
That's just weird, though, to me, man. That's just weird.
No, it's absolutely weird. I think if that was a black player, a black former player, they might have literally been arrested and escorted out.
Right.
Of the booth. Absolutely. The investigation was can he do this? That's insider trading. That's fucking
right.
That's
for real. Whatever the sports term would be to insider trading, that's what that is, yo.
Yes. He's going from the media booth up to the coaching booth and then back down. It's like what we doing right now? But
I think in the near future we're going to see a lot of flexing, not just in the NFL, but across a bunch of different, not just sports, just across back to politics. It's going to be a lot of chest thumping. Yeah. It's going to be a lot of putting y'all in y'all place.
Yes.
Because again, the way Deion Sanders is being treated, when he's the greatest of all time at his position.
Yep.
He's arguably the greatest athlete in the history of American sport. Arguably. He's in the conversation.
Yeah. Definitely.
Like, for him not to be elevated and not idolized, I don't like to use that term, but you know what I mean, guys. Like, this is Deion Sanders. How is this man being treated like this? But Tom Brady gets carte blanche to do that. Arch Manning is all in Joker's faces in the end zone. Nobody say nothing about that. Shador goes like this, and it's a problem.
Yeah. This goes back to something that Mark Cuban said when he used to get fined all the time just because he was sitting on the floor. And early on as the owner of the Mavs, he used to get fined all the time, and they used to tell him his behavior was unbecoming of an owner.
Yeah, he had to earn his way into the club. Mark Cuban started off as new money. The money is fucking ridiculous.
Right.
But I forgot how he was it lottery? He got his money. He got his money.
No, he owned one.
He's an internet. He's an internet guy. Yeah, he's an internet guy. Yeah.
Mark Cuban.
Yeah, the early internet guy. I forget
what. He's an internet guy. Yeah, he's a tech guy.
He's a tech guy, but he didn't come from money.
No, not at all.
No.
But I will say, he was saying on the pod that I was listening to him. It might have was it All the Smoke? I don't know. It was one of those. But he was saying how he was the classmate of somebody who's actually an NFL coach now. So he had connections early on to people in sports, but he's always been a fan of sports. But he made his money.
So real quick, Mark Cuban amassed his fortune primarily through selling his internet radio company Broadcast.com to Yahoo for $5.7 billion in 1999.
Yeah, that was it. Yep.
And through his highly lucrative ownership stake in the NBA's Dallas Mavericks, which he purchased in 2000 and sold the majority stake in 2023, as well as numerous successful investments through his firm, Mark Cuban Companies. But
and guys, yeah, he went to University of Indiana. I forget which coach, but hey, this is something we all should kind of look into until next week. How private equity is buying up all these sports teams.
Yeah. And they're buying up music too with catalogs and all that stuff. They're doing they're in everything, like,
and they're buying up real estate
and real estate now. And now real estate, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't care what, even with that, man, we'll see what shakes up. But I don't think no owner, like if you think Mark Cuban was a problem sitting on the bench, who's more obnoxious on the bench than Bamba?
Well, yeah.
Well, sitting courtside or whatever. Bamba be wilding. He out there punching the air. He be wilding out there. Like, but Mark Cuban was like almost basically sitting and I guess they was mad at him sitting as part of the bench.
Yeah, so yeah, we got
That's even crazy though. It's my team. It's my team.
Right, I can sit anywhere.
I can sit. What are you talking about? I can sit anywhere I wanted it to sit.
I can lay on the score table if I want.
And they was mad because they were mad because he was traveling to away games with them and doing all that. It's like, yeah, listen, if like don't you want passionate owners like that? Like I liked when Mark Cuban came in because I thought he was like a younger, like more of an energetic owner that didn't come off as one of these old school, old boy dudes that was just doing the same old.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for Mark Cuban, how he gets down. You know, he takes a lot of good stances, solid stances against a bunch of different things.
Yeah, but this private equity thing is something to look at.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So we'll have that conversation next week. We'll get more info.
I think they just bought the Celtics. One of them firms just bought the Celtics.
Yeah, said the Lakers, Celtics.
And the Lakers, yeah.
Yep. All right, there it is.
All right.
Next week, brothers. Peace.
Thanks, y'all.